But what do it mean in 2012? What's going to occur? What's going to occur is a solstice sun is going to rise in the center of the Milky Way. And the Mayans, in their cosmology, they had sexuality mixed and melded into their cosmological concept. The solstice sun represented the masculine potency in the manifest realm. Now, they didn't just do astrology where they mapped out the stars, where they said this, and this was Orion's belt, and they didn't create all these fancy things. They would chart the dark areas of the cosmos. Now, when you look at the Milky Way looks like this. What does this look like? It looked like this. Serpent. But in the middle of the Milky Way, on December 12th, 2012, the solstice sun is going to rise along the ecliptic, right in the center. And what does the sun do? The sun, it is so hot and so immense and so dense that it attracts mass towards itself and emits radiant energy, which is particulate matter. When light comes to you, you are receiving matter, but it is called particulate matter. Particulate matter is if I take a piece of paper and I burn it, the smoke, I didn't destroy the paper, I merely changed its anatomic molecular construction. So now what the sun does is the sun directs energy, which it has garnered, and it's pulling things towards it directly to us. So when you are Scorpio, say this is the Scorpio constellation with its, its little indentations. Now when you look at a constellation, all those stars are not actually together. That's an illusion. That is a hologram. Okay? It's a hologram. They are separate. They are some of those stars in the constellation are millions of light years away from each other. They have nothing to do.
You see the one that's just a few maybe.
Exactly. So what happens is when the sun goes in its trajectory route around all of the constellations, it is magnifying through it the light from the distant reaches of the cosmos. So if you were born when the sun was in this area and you're a Scorpio and this is our little earth, all of the air, fire, water was charged with the celestial energy of that particular region of the sky. So you have if you're a Scorpio, you have a propensity towards loving sex. You have, I'm sick with it. Like I was looking, I said, Lord. I came in, I seen Rich with the porno jump over. My mother tell you I kept porno since I was about 7. Nasty nigga. For real. Because that is my nature. I will never deviate from it. Never deviate from it. Because this is all an illusion. And the secret of success is to never deny yourself your nature. Get into who you truly are. And don't go against it. Don't go against it, because every time you try to go against it, every time the brother try to turn into the cracker, or the sister try to be a pilgrim, Gwyneth Paltrow, every goddamn thing flips and bounces. And now we're out of whack because we're denying ourselves our own being. Okay? So now, what is going to happen now when the solstice sun is rising in the Milky Way and not in a constellation? It's going to bring towards us a fresh resource of densely confined hydrogen atoms. Because nothing in a dark expanse exists except for the hydrogen atom. And the hydrogen atom is what keeps the two twins together. Because what is going on in the hydrogen atom? It's the monad. That is the real God. It's the electron. the nucleus, the external body. This is trying to come into this, but this keeps evading it. So it's creating a dynamic. This is the same thing that's going on in Sirius star system. This is why our orientation psychologically and physiologically is directed towards binary star configurations. Actually trinary star configurations, because those star configurations are our true source from where we came from. The word Shabda has a relation to, Shabda is the real word for Sirius. Budge said it was Sopidet. It's really Shabda, but the root shares the same phenomenological phenome root with Sheba. Sheba means the oath or the number 7. Sirius modulates, regulates, and reconfigures your chakras. Each of your chakras are governed by what? By what? By what? By that too, but each chakra is the localized region of what? The endocrine system has ductless glands, which do what? Secrete what into the bloodstream? Hormones into the bloodstream. So when the brother was talking about the crushed grapes and the wine, turning water into wine is becoming more active in your chakras and depositing hormones directly into the bloodstream. So if you ever look at an endocrine gland or a ductless endocrine gland, it looks like a brain because it has around it what is called a cortex. This is not your only brain. We have 7 brains. But the culture fixates your consciousness into the 3 lower brains. This is why the children, you won't let the children worship the Lord in the wilderness for 3 days, because Pharaoh's heart is what? Hard. The 3 lower chakras cannot transcend the heart center to localize now into the 3 higher potencies of consciousness. So the 50-year cycle, when Sirius A is trying to switch sides with Sirius B. See, Sirius B is very small. It's so small, but yet so dense. It's made of a metal that is nowhere in existence on this planet. So say the Dogon. They say it takes all the men in this world just to budget a little bit. That's how heavy and dense it is. So it's spinning, but it is evading its partner. And this is what you do with your woman. Y'all fixated upon each other, but yet the mingling is for a moment, but then we got to stop. Thus ensues the confusion. Because you can't be in the jump ball all the time. Right? That's right. Get off me. That's it. You keep evading one another. Then you come back. Then you come back. Then you go and you come back. You go and you come back. Now this is what's occurring. Now how long does it take for this body to get to this side? Or to make a complete circumambulation? It takes 50 years. 7 times 7 is what? 49. 49, but actually 50. Because when you're born from your first age to your 7th age, the planetary bodies and the celestial influences are building your sacral and your lowest chakra. Now each 7-year cycle, another chakra is supposed to be developing. Now the body that you possess is not actually yours. The body you possess is accumulated energy which have all agreed to combine themselves to embrace the influx of consciousness. So what's going to happen in 2012 is you're going to change your mind. Because you're going in accordance to a celestial mandate. The covenant that they speak about is not here. The covenant is an agreement that the celestial, this is what the goddamn cracker means when he does this and says this is the Magen David. This is the agreement between the higher celestial bodies and the lower realm. They must mingle together to create a symbiosis. One agrees to combine with the other, and collectively they stay together. So the brothers who are in the hyphy movement, the brothers with the gangster rap, the brothers with the lean with it, they are only walk-ins for higher consciousness mandate. That it appears malefic. So you keep looking at your gangster rappers and your street people through the eyes of white folks. Those brothers come with a superior energy in the universe called Deen. And this is how you write it in Hebrew. And this is what it means. With the noon final, which is longer. Deen. 4, 10, 50. What does that equal?
64.
What did Rich tell us about DNA? 64, because it's a power of limitations. There's only 64 combinations of codons. So this realm of physicality that we are participating in is full of limits. It's full of limits. That's why you see Medusa, but you know the Versace symbol? And what they call it? They call it Medusa, but it's really not Medusa. We are, and this is another thing, we're going to talk about sacred geometry. That God that looks like Medusa is actually Hermes. But the symbol itself conforms to sacred geometry, so you're in love with the visual of what that symbol entails because of the sacred geometry involved. That's why there's a sacred geometry with you instinctually you'll look at a female. See, I used to, when I first came home from the penitentiary, I was like, yo, what the hell is wrong with the sisters? Back in the day, you'd be like, hey sis, what's up, how you doing? She'd be like, I ain't nothing. You know, I got a boyfriend or I don't. Well, who you? You know, she give you the up and down. Now sisters don't even look at you. Nope. Be like, hey mom, hey sister, hey. Dudes be like, if I called what you call it, I bet you I get all the attention in the world.
And he would.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's because the sisters, it's no longer cool to deal with us because they've created so much of a disjuncture. But an old timer told me, nah, by the time you see the sister, she already seen you. Mm-hmm. She been seen you, assessed who you are, and if you're compatible with her agenda. Mm-hmm. From down the street.
Down the street.
So you wasting your time. She's assessing the next situation. Because of the sacred geometry. This is why you look at a certain feature. This is why this is appealing to us. The white boy had to learn that, okay, this is the blueprint. Bobby Hemmett called it the Hattie McDaniels syndrome or complex. How they always use the sister who is portly and big to promote their agenda, because she will bring the birth of their concept and their move. Hattie McDaniels was the first black woman to what? Win a what? An Academy Award. We already went into my lecture. What is the Academy Award? Actually, it's a petard doll. And petard is the one who fixes the material around. So they made the blueprint right there. Bam. That's it. All right, so when I filtered the word hyphy and I was looking for it, and I said, damn, bro got some heavy science here, and he was just spitting and talking about that, Doc. Man, I'm real proud of you, brother. And perhaps we can invite the brother and he give us some more information on that, because now is the time to catalog the information, because it's going to come to a time where, and I advise people to buy books, because if they turn off the electricity, you won't play a DVD. Buy the DVDs now to get the shit on, but you better invest in books and value books, because I remember having a sneak. People they don't take this shit seriously. I had to sneak to write this. I wrote this in the joint. All the police is goddamn Masons down there. Here's a nigga writing a book on Masonry. So I had to sneak this shit around, not to become a target of contempt and not to get murdered in the penitentiary. So respect the game. Now you get the books, and you read the books, and you read what they publish and they say about you. They already know that your human body temple is the best construct in which to sit at our feet to understand the real nature of the cosmos. They give us a concept just to see what we do with it. What we do with it is the blueprint. That is the mandate. See what the niggas do with that. That's what they did with it. That's what it is. Give them a hat. We can take the hats go like this.
And now they wearing it back.
Now they got it. You understand what I'm saying?